Welcome to Insights for Positive Living. Now, we have been sharing on the subject overcoming discouragement. Now, none of us wishes to be discouraged. It is not our aim. It is not our aspiration. It's not our desire to be discouraged. But all of us face moments of discouragement in our lives. Now, when we think of discouragement, discouragement can be defined as to be diffused of courage. It is an emotional state whereby we feel as if things are not going our way. Things are not working out for us. That we do not have the vim, the vitality to face life. Discouragement paints a dark picture in life. It causes us to perceive life from the dark side. It gives us a picture that our future is not worthwhile. Now, in that state of discouragement, we oftentimes become negative if we do not allow ourselves to rise above it. Now, in the book of Joshua, the first chapter, in the 6th verse, God said to Joshua, "Be strong and be of good courage." Now, we know that the other side of discouragement is what we call encouragement. To be infused with courage, to be filled with courage. Now, the root of courage is the ability to stand up and face the issues of life with the spirit of bravery. Courage actually is bravery in the midst of opposition. It is the ability to face our world with stamina. Now think of that inner stamina, the stamina that causes us to win. The stamina that causes us to face our situations boldly and with a sense of courage, stamina. When we face discouragement in life, discouragement causes certain things to transpire in our lives. There are certain effects that discouragement brings to our life. Number one, discouragement causes us to lose focus. Focus of the wider picture, the broader picture of our lives. It causes us to lose focus of our vision. Now, there is more to life than having a 20/20 vision, a good eyesight. There is what is called foresight. Foresight is greater than eyesight, because with foresight, you see beyond where you are. You see positively into your future. There are those who only live at the present point where they are. They have nothing to project to the future positively. And you see, when you only live at the current point of negativity, then the power to move on is lost. If your eye be single, Jesus says in Matthew 6, then your whole body shall be full of light. But if your eye be out of place, or if your focus be out of place, your whole body shall be full of darkness, meaning that your whole future is corroded. It is our right to break the cycle of discouragement. You may sometimes feel like life is not worthwhile, that your journey is not worthwhile, that things are not working out for you. Many times people may have a good job, but they do not feel satisfied at their job. They will tell you that there is boredom. Even they may tell you that I'm just working for the sake of working. A career may not be fulfilling. And there are so many things that causes discouragement. Sometimes it's relational. Sometimes it's the lack of finances, the lack of funds maybe for a project. Sometimes it's just a sense of being messed up or even mixed up in life. Whatever it is that produces that feeling, you must always know that God is on your side, that God is with you. In Hebrews 13 and verse 5, it says, God says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Now, one translation says, I will never abandon you. I will never give up my hold on you. I will be there for you. Now, that is a powerful statement of encouragement. We can encourage ourselves in the awareness that we are never alone. You know, when we become discouraged, we have a feeling often that we are alone. We may be surrounded by the masses. We may even sometimes be in a place where we have family members, or we have workmates, or we have, other people. But in the midst of that, we're discouraged. And that discouragement creates a sense of loneliness. There are so many lonely people in our world. We pass them by on a daily basis. Sometimes they're even those who pretend to be happy. They pretend that things are going well. I have read and heard stories of many people who, even brought happiness to others. But at the end of the day, they ended up committing suicide. Why? Because in the midst of all that they tried to do, there was a vacuum, an emptiness, a loneliness on the inside. The feeling that no one cares is a universal feeling. But the feeling and the knowledge that God always cares, no matter what you're facing, is also a universal feeling. When you are discouraged and you feel that no one cares or no one understands what you're going through, always remember that God cares and that God understands what you're going through. And the intricacies of your life is supernaturally and divinely comprehended. That God knows your past. And if your past was a negative past, that God forgives your past. And even currently, presently, where you are, if there are negative emotions that you are battling with, things that you cannot forgive yourself of or seem to forgive yourself of, that God cares for you and that God loves you and that God forgives you and that God has a glorious future for you. And your future is always greater than your present. Don't allow discouragement to break your focus. Secondly, don't allow discouragement to cause you to lose your energy in life. When a person is discouraged, he's not energetic about life. He does not have the will to move on. He feels as if he's drained. Emotionally, he's drained. And even physically, he feels as if he is caught in a web. He feels as if he does not have the push in life. The third point here is that discouragement causes us to lose momentum. You see, momentum is generated by a positive attitude. A positive attitude about life, a positive attitude about God, a positive attitude about our future, a positive attitude even about our environment, our world. Now, many times there are those who blame their world for where they are. They will say, oh, all that I'm facing is as a result of the world that I'm living in. And that's why many people, they end up in states of depression. You see, discouragement, when it is allowed or permitted to govern our lives, to master our mindsets, we end up in states of depression where a person feels as if they do not want to work. They do not want to do anything in life. They are at a low level in life. They see their world as a world of darkness. Instead of lighting a candle, they curse the darkness. And cursing the darkness brings them to that state of depression, emotional depression, mental depression. Physical oppression comes to them, where they are oppressed by their situations. But we are creatures of courage. No matter where you find yourself, you can break that cycle. You can rise up. You can gain momentum. You can move forward. You shall mount up with wings as eagles. Isaiah 40:31 says, you shall mount up with wings as eagles. You shall run and not be weary. You shall walk and not faint. Now that is the mindset of the encouraged person. That I have a problem. I may have problems. Our challenges may be on my path. But I am born to be a winner. I am born to overcome. I'm born to achieve. I'm born to have comebacks in life. And that every moment of discouragement in life is a setup for something that is more glorious. If we allow ourselves to become victims of our emotions, negative emotions, or victims of our negative environments, then we miss the bigger picture of who we are intended to be in life. You can choose to have a comeback. You can choose to rise up to the drumbeat of positive living, that your life is shaped not by your circumstance, but your life is shaped by your positive thoughts about your life and about your future. You have a future. It is a big future. It's designed by a big God. And God understands where you're going. If today you have that feeling that you don't know where you're going, why not put faith and confidence in your Creator? Why not put faith and confidence in the source of your existence, the Almighty, and allow Him to live out the good life in and through you? I know that you're on the path of good, and I trust that something I've said today has encouraged you. Until our next telecast, remember these words, that your destiny is not left to chance. It is a matter of choice. You can choose your future, and your best days are before you. They are not behind you.